T-Dog, J-Boy, and me, I'm Lugs. Our pride and joy is pumping our mugs. Be careful, kids, it could get rough. We're flipping our lids on sports and other stuff.
Welcome to Sport Weasel Central. I'm Lugs.
I'm J-Boy.
And I'm T-Dog.
Yes, sir, this is sports and other stuff. Belatedly to you and yours, a happy Thanksgiving. Here's what we have. Indiana racks up another one. NFL Week 12. Who was that quarterback for Denver anyway? And Mahomes says, hey, Mr. Brady, take a seat. And, oh gosh, there's a help wanted sign posted in Detroit. But this just in, our first topic, Indiana has been selected for the Poulan Weed Eater Bowl and is mulling over the decision pending other offers. Maybe. And did you hear Ohio State, this is true, may not be eligible for the Big Ten championship game if they don't play enough regular season games? This is a crazy year, gentlemen. Take it away.
Well, Indiana, hats off to all those guys, and hopefully Michael Penix is going to come back from injury. But Jack Tuttle came in, and I think he will be just fine. I think that team is a well-rounded team.
Well, it's good then because it just came out today. Michael Penix tore his ACL, so he's out the rest of the season. So hopefully Tuttle can step up because they got Wisconsin. It's going to be a tough game, I think, for them. But the one thing they got going for them that I believe in is, again, it's been the one thing that's been consistent through all the games. Like Penix has been up and down in the Penn State game, and even in the Maryland game, he wasn't playing well. Maybe he suffered the injury early on. I don't know. The one constant is their defense generating turnovers. 3 INTs again, 3 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. They have 3 DBs that have 3 INTs on the season and 16 on the year. So, and the one thing that was completely disappeared versus Ohio State showed up against Terps. They ran for 234 yards, time behind Tim Baldwin, Stevie Scott, and Penix. So hopefully they can get that going because they're going to have to do something to compensate for the loss of Penix.
So you think the defense will carry him, or you hope anyway?
I hope. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to change up a little bit, I think. Because like Lug said, hopefully Tuttle can step in, but I don't know how you replace Penix. So
was that Marty Tuttle there, Lugs, or not? No?
Captain Tuttle in the house. Hey, he's a red shirt, but he's a quality player. He's a quality player. He really is. I think they believe in themselves. It's the first Indiana team that I've seen, and I don't have decades of experience of watching Indiana teams. But
that's good for you.
He'll live longer that way, won't he?
Yeah. First one that they have a little bit of a swagger. I mean, they come out and they have confidence. So I'm happy for those guys. U of L and UK, on the other hand,
good gravy.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah,
so
not good.
Well, I will say this for at least U of L, or maybe someone in particular, and I'm not saying you all were maybe harsh on him. I was maybe too harsh on him. Malik Cunningham did all he could to win that game. I mean, he was solely their offense. He generated over 400 yards of offense by himself.
Always. In every game, they get massive amounts of yards. They just can't score.
Yeah.
They drop the ball, throw it away. It's crazy.
And then the invert for UK is Terry Wilson. I'm sure there's other factors. He seems like he's the main factor holding UK back.
Mm-hmm.
Just a complete zero. You're getting it at quarterback for the most part. And it didn't help that they faced Florida, and it was a nice exhibition for Kyle Pitts, who's a tight end who's going to go in the top 10 in the NFL draft. I mean, just a man among boys. And that's no disrespect to UK. UK has some good players on defense. Kyle Pitts is going to make a lot of people look stupid on Sundays. So
back to U of L. Do they not have the goal line properly marked? Is that the deal on the field and they can't cross it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think we're back to that. They need to get that LASIK eye surgery. That way that they can see the opposing players and not throw the ball to them.
Jameis surgery.
Yeah.
Every week we talk about Jameis and his surgery. What's up with that, man? That's hilarious. That is some good stuff right there. Jameis, what was it? The lobster tails? What did he take back in college? What was that about?
Oh, it was
crab legs. Yeah, crab legs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was turkey legs. I don't know.
But that's sort of a transition into
Ohio State.
New Orleans with Taysom. They look good. Hey, Sean Payton, I'll give it to him. He knows how to handle quarterbacks. Now, Bruce Arians, on the other hand, needs to be gone from Tampa. You got the best of all time, and you won't allow him to do what he does at all. It was crazy. They were in that game with Kansas City, right down close to the end. I mean, seriously, as badly as Tampa played, they were in that game. So Bruce Arians, bye-bye, so long, farewell. Brian Leftwich, if I were the owner, I'd have a meeting. I'd say, boys, let's play to our talent. Let's go Belichick on this and play to the strengths of our team.
Is that a verb or an adverb, Belichick on this? But wait.
You covered a lot of ground here. Yeah, John, J-Boy, you tell.
What's his name? Bruce is going to retire nicely at the end of the season. I agree with that. And he'll get a gold pocket watch, and we love what you did for us. But here's what I think. I think Brady is Joe Montana and not Peyton Manning. If you remember how Montana ended his career at the Kansas City Chiefs, he was pretty bad. Whereas Peyton obviously had a rebirth when he went to Denver and won the damn Super Bowl. So what do you think about that?
HGH on Peyton. I know it was for his wife and all, but a little bit of it spilled over into his morning coffee, I'm thinking. But anyhow.
HGH. I thought that was
trust
that
me,
Home Depot.
I don't think Brady's skills are at anywhere the level they were. But the man is surgical when it comes to picking apart defenses. He will take that 6-yard pass. He'll take that 9-yard pass. He ain't going to go for the mad bombing that Bruce Arians wants to do.
But he's playing the Chiefs.
Well, it's good because his deep passing is truly atrocious statistically. That second pick, obviously, that's one of those ones where the ball gets popped up in the air. I'm not putting that on him, but that pick to Breland, that was a pretty offensive interception. Like, that was just a bad throw.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're going to get on any coach, and again, I think this guy's done a good job this year. If you're really going to get on any coach on the Bucs for yesterday, I'm not saying for the season, what was Todd Bowles doing allowing Tyreek Hill to just be isolated on Davis?
Yeah, let's just let him cut him loose. Right.
He had 203 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah.
At what point during the first quarter, you're like, we need to bracket this guy?
Did you see him pick up the phone and say, "Help is on the way"? He picked up the sideline phone and then looked in the stands. "Help is on the way." It was really, really funny.
I mean, Mahomes threw for 359 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
How about those Chiefs?
And you go back to the Rams game the week before, is the same thing. The Rams, give credit to the Rams, at least last week. The Bucs are one of the best run defenses. So Rams, light bulb moment. They're like, well, let's just throw it on them. I mean, they can't stop us throwing the ball. And that's all they did is they threw it around the yard. And I don't know. See, I disagree with Larry. I mean, Lugs on this is I feel that Bruce Arians came out today and he said we need to feed Ronald Jones 20 carries a game. I think if you kind of looked at that game, or even the last game they won, it's when they got the running game going. And I'm not saying that they need to become behind Ronald Jones type team. They at least need to become more balanced. They're playing 4 receiver sets. And I think protect Brady, they have to go back, because even in New England the last few years, they played a lot of I form and double tight end. They're trying to protect him from himself on some level. He's not a guy I think you can just spread out with four receivers a lot. I mean, he can do it at times, but to ask him to do it for a whole game, he's not. I don't think he can sustain it anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, Speaking of great quarterback finds, what about that Denver guy? What was he? He was like working UPS on Tuesday, right? He practiced one time with the squad.
Can you believe him?
Serious.
Can you believe
Kendall
that?
Hinton? Kendall Hinton. Yeah.
1 for 9. Attempted 9, made 1. Wow.
Well, and it was like I watched the beginning of that, and they did the Wildcat for like the first 3 or 4 snaps. Yeah, it was like, we don't have a quarterback, so let's just go with it. So
Lugs, you missed your chance, man. You could have suited, strapped it on.
Hey, I think so.
If you could fly, you can't fly because of COVID. I know, because you got that lung ailment. But if you went out there, you could have, helped the guy out.
Hey, I mean, seriously, it's just sad.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Taxi squad wide receiver. Not even like on the big team. Taxi squad.
My favorite was they petitioned the NFL to let one of their coaches become the quarterback.
That I did not hear. Now, that's good. So Byron Leftwich, he was on the wrong team. Is that what you're saying?
Well, this guy was like, I've forgotten exactly what he was, but he had thrown a ball once in high school, I think.
Kubiak was saying, damn, I wish I was still the head coach at Denver.
Yeah. So
one more time.
But my main takeaway from that game is, and to be fair, I know it's because of the situation they didn't have to. I don't know. Taysom Hill to me is incredibly underwhelming. I mean, he completely. I mean, obviously he was better than Kendall Hinton, but I mean, was he that much better throwing the ball than Kendall Hinton? He had 78 yards passing, and Denver has some talent on defense, but it's like.
Well, some national prognosticator I was listening to, won't name any names, has the Saints as his number 4 top team in the league. I don't buy it.
I think the Gym have a good defense, but you look at what their offense is morphed into against the top tier teams. If this is how they're going to play, they're not going to win a lot. Because Taysom Hill, congratulations, you beat Atlanta. Who I mean, I know they had a great win yesterday, so this is kind of mooting my point. But like, not that great a team. They should be able to smash that team. They should be able to beat an awful Broncos team even without Drew Lock and their other backup quarterbacks. Shocking. When they get to the playoffs, they're not going to be playing those guys. So, hopefully Breeze does get back. I know he's possibly going to come back week 15. They're going to need him because I'm just saying, future, we're like, is Taysom Hill the guy? He is not the guy for the future. He's not.
Hey, all he does is win.
Yeah,
he's won it. He's won every game that he started as quarterback.
You know who also had that. You know who also had that going for him? Tim Tebow. And I saw how that worked out for him. So that's all I'll say on that.
And if you're Vic Fangio, you got to say, gosh, I'm a head coach now. Oh, wow, I am. This is what is going on. Is this what head coaching is all about in Denver? Wow. Anyway.
Yeah, well, and then.
Yes.
Let me just continue with cleaning house in the NFL. It's time in Chicago to get rid of
absolutely
coach, everybody, quarterbacks,
GM, everybody.
Don't forget, but actually, even more important than the GM, get rid of Ted Phillips.
Yep.
Get rid of McCaskey.
Get a new owner. How about can we start with that?
I wish Virginia McCaskey would sell the team. I know she's not going anywhere, but at least get Ted Phillips out of there.
Because they're making billions of dollars. They don't need to do anything. That's the sad thing about it. But when they throw up graphics, and Sid Luckman is still the first one that comes up during the game. Yeah. And then, they hit you with Green Bay with Favre and Bart Starr and then Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Game over. It's not a rivalry. To be a rivalry, one team has to win every once in a while. It
hasn't been a rivalry for essentially, like at least 30 years.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a revelry? Call in the troops. Help should be on the way, but it's not. And then Matt Patricia finally.
We're making that house call to Soldier Field, 1 Lakeshore Drive, Chicago, Illinois. Hello, caller.
I think that Chicago will get Matt Patricia.
Why would you say that?
Why would that be a good idea?
Well, because they're just that inept.